Hello friends! The Atlanta Falcons have some extremely tough decisions ahead of them, and I'll admit that it's got me a little worried. Let me tell you what's going on. But before I continue, hit the like button if you agree that one of the positions the Falcons need to pay the most attention to is defense. If not, comment below what you think it would be. As the football world gears up for Super Bowl 59, the Falcons are already hard at work planning their offseason moves. After missing the playoffs yet again, it's clear that changes need to be made. One of the biggest areas of concern? You guessed it, defense. Atlanta finished 23rd in total and scoring defense last season and ranked a dismal 31st in sacks. That simply won't be enough for a team with playoff aspirations. The front office has brought in Jeff Ulbrich as the new defensive coordinator to help fix these issues, but it will take more than just coaching changes. The Falcons need an infusion of talent, and fast. While the draft is certainly an option, there's one intriguing name floating around in free agency that could provide an immediate boost: Chase Young. According to CBS Sports' Jordan Dajani, Young is a player the Falcons should prioritize signing. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense. Young, who was the Defensive Rookie of the Year in his first season, recorded a career-high 5.5 sacks and 21 QB hits last year with the New Orleans Saints. That's not to mention his 47 hurries and 66 pressures, which ranked among the top 7 for pass rushers, according to Pro Football Focus. Those are the kind of numbers Atlanta's defense desperately needs. Young has had an interesting journey since being drafted second overall by the Washington Commanders. He's had stints with the Commanders, 49ers, and Saints. Now, at just 25 years old, he's looking for a new home, and Atlanta could be the perfect fit. Let's be honest, no player on the Falcons' defensive line ranked in the top 20 at his position last season. The highest-rated player on defense was linebacker Caden Ellis, who ranked 25th in his position group. That's simply not good enough if this team wants to compete. The good news? Chase Young might not break the bank. Dajani believes he's worth a multi-year deal, but it shouldn't come at a huge cost. That's music to the ears of Falcons fans, especially considering the team's current salary cap situation. Atlanta is currently $7.6 million over the cap, ranking just 27th in the league in projected salary cap space. Bringing in Young will require some careful financial maneuvering, but it's not impossible. Last year, Young signed a one-year, $13 million deal with the Saints. If the Falcons can offer something competitive, they could sign him. So, what do you think, Falcons fans? Is Chase Young the answer to Atlanta's pass rushing woes? Would you prioritize signing him, or do you think the team should focus on other moves this offseason? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We all know the Falcons have had their ups and downs over the past few years, okay, maybe more downs than we'd like to admit. But former head coach Mike Smith, the only coach in franchise history to lead the team to 5 consecutive winning seasons, recently weighed in on what the Falcons need to do to become contenders again. And let me tell you, his insights are pretty spot on. First, Coach Smith is telling the truth. The Falcons need to fix their pass defense. Last season, Atlanta allowed a league-high 69.9% completion rate, finished second to last in sacks with just 31, and ranked 22nd in yards allowed per game. Those numbers? Absolutely not playoff material. Smith pointed out that when the defense needed to step up and make plays, they simply didn't. And that's a big reason why the Falcons are watching the playoffs from home again. The good news is that changes are already underway. The team brought in Jeff Ulbrich as the new defensive coordinator after letting Jimmy Lake go. Ulbrich is known for having a sharp defensive mind, but even he can't work miracles without the right players on the field. So where does Atlanta go from here? Smith believes the Falcons need to target 2 main areas: edge rushers and cornerbacks. Let's talk about pass rushers first. Smith mentioned a few big names the Falcons could pursue, though some come with concerns. Khalil Mack is a standout option, but at 33, he may be past his prime. The Eagles' Josh Sweat had a strong season, but Philly will likely struggle to keep him. Then there's Haason Reddick, who had a rough season with the Jets due to injuries but is one of the most unselfish players Ulbrich has ever coached. That connection could make Reddick an interesting option if he's available. If neither of those players pans out, the Falcons may have to resort to the draft. But here's the problem: Atlanta only has 5 picks right now. Smith thinks there will be discussions about moving some assets to gain more draft capital, but that's easier said than done, especially with the Falcons sitting at $11 million over the cap. They rank 27th in cap space across the league, so they'll need to get creative if they want to make any significant moves. But pass rush isn't the only concern. Smith also highlighted the need for a strong number 2 cornerback to pair with A.J. Terrell. He mentioned the Jets' D.J. Reed, the 49ers' Charvarius Ward, and the Bills' Rasul Douglas as potential options. Reed has a history with Ulbrich, but his market value may be too high for Atlanta's budget. And then there's the safety position. Justin Simmons is headed to free agency, leaving a hole next to All-Pro safety Jesse Bates III. Smith highlighted 3 promising young free agents, Javon Holland, Talanoa Hufanga, and Cameron Bynum. Holland, in particular, is a standout, having made 301 tackles and 5 interceptions in 4 seasons with the Dolphins. He could be a game-changer for Atlanta's secondary if they can land him. Look, we all know the Falcons' offense has a bright future. Michael Penix Jr. is showing promise at quarterback, Bijan Robinson is a beast in the backfield, and Drake London continues to develop into a top-tier receiver. But if this team is going to end its 7-year playoff drought, the defense has to step up, and fast. So what do you think, Falcons fans? Should the team prioritize signing a big-name pass rusher, or would you rather see them target a top-tier cornerback or safety? How should they navigate their salary cap situation to make these moves happen? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Jeff Ulbrich is officially back with the Falcons as their new defensive coordinator, and head coach Raheem Morris is banking on their longtime connection to help turn this defense around. But make no mistake, this wasn't just a casual reunion between 2 old friends catching up. According to Ulbrich, his interview process was anything but camaraderie. Despite their close relationship dating back to their coaching days in Atlanta from 2015 to 2020, Morris and the Falcons front office approached Ulbrich's interview with professionalism and thoroughness. It wasn't just Ra and I hanging out as friends, Ulbrich said. They were very thorough, asked great questions, and it was a great opportunity for us to reconnect professionally and for me to get to know other people in the organization. Ulbrich described the process as amazing and expressed his gratitude for landing the job on January 18th. But it wasn't an easy road for Ulbrich. The Falcons interviewed 6 other candidates for the position, including big names like Lou Anarumo, Steve Wilks, and Matt Eberflus, all of whom have landed defensive coordinator jobs elsewhere. Ulbrich himself was a candidate for the Jets' head coaching job, having interviewed just 2 days before talking to Atlanta. Still, he knew Atlanta was the right fit for him and his family. This has really, over the 6 years I've been here, become home for us, Ulbrich said. My daughter graduated from here. My 2 sons went to high school here. My wife and kids have embraced Atlanta as home. The opportunity to come back? My wife is excited, my kids are excited, and I'm excited. Of course, not everyone is thrilled with the hire. Some critics have called it a buddy-buddy move, questioning whether familiarity can cloud judgment when it comes to building a winning defense. But Ulbrich sees their relationship as a strength, not a weakness. We can have long conversations, Ulbrich said. If you were an outsider looking in, you'd be like, damn, they hate each other. We hung out together. It's clear that Morris and Ulbrich are ready to get to work, leveraging their history and shared vision to elevate the Falcons' defense. And let's be honest, that defense needs help. The Falcons have struggled defensively for a long time, and this duo knows they need to win the lottery if Atlanta is to be competitive again. Familiarity can be a risk, but it can also be the secret sauce to success. So what do you think, Falcons fans? Do you think Morris and Ulbrich can turn things around, or should the team have brought in some fresh blood? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exclusive Falcons content. Go Falcons!